This week, a settlement was filed in a suit against New York City for the treatment of inmates at the city's Rikers Island jail. A Department of Justice investigation revealed the sprawling complex to be a scene of widespread brutality, beatings, neglect, long-term stretches in solitary confinement for adult and juvenile inmates alike. No one's story better exemplified the problems than Khalif Browder, as first told by the New Yorker magazine. At 16, Browder was arrested, accused of theft. He was never actually charged, but still he spent the next 3 years on Rikers Island, 2 years of it in solitary confinement. Browder attempted to commit suicide multiple times while in jail and again when he was finally released. But there was some hope, too. Outpourings of support from celebrities and politicians, college tuition paid by an anonymous donor. In the end, it wasn't enough. And earlier this month, Khalif Browder took his own life. Recently, I sat down with Paul Prestia, who served as Khalif Browder's lawyer. Things were looking better for Khalif, so what happened?
What happened in this case, Alex, was that Khalif was arrested based on a tenuous allegation by a victim with credibility issues. He was sent to jail, sent to prison at Rikers Island for 3 years, where he endured a 3-year prosecution or non-prosecution by the Bronx County District Attorney's Office, who presumed him guilty in this case. And during that time, he was in solitary confinement for 2 years, where he endured torture by corrections officers who were there to ensure his safety. But Khalif, like many other inmates at Rikers Island, was at their mercy. And ultimately, in the 2 years since his release, after the district attorney dismissed the charges without apology, he had made progress. But ultimately, I think his nightmares were too much for him.
Did he show signs of mental illness before his non-arrest? I mean, arrest for something, again, he was never even charged, yet spent all this time at Rikers Island. I mean, or do you think his mind unraveled? I mean, 2 years in solitary confinement for something he didn't do.
Absolutely, Alex. Here was a young man. He was a kid when he was arrested. Remember that. And he had no issues, no mental health issues at all whatsoever. Yet during the course of that confinement, and I won't get into all the horrific details of what he endured, it's well documented, he attempted suicide 5 times in jail and then 3 times thereafter since his release. So there were signs of it during, that's when they came about. And even afterwards, he had setbacks. I visited him in a psych ward over the holidays. And let me tell you, it's quite disheartening.
Yeah.
It really is. But we thought we had gotten past that, and then this happened.
So this deal that I'm talking about, it is reforms which would include officially banning solitary confinement for minors, thousands of new surveillance cameras, safeguards against guards who excessively use force. You think this would have prevented the trauma that led to Khalif's death?
There's no question about it, Alex. This is actually one of the more substantive reforms that I've seen in quite some time. Usually they're sort of superficial, almost to appease people. But here, these reforms are substantive. They're real.
Perhaps even the more important issue in all this is that Khalif was held at all, 1,000 days, and yet he was never charged with a crime. How does that happen?
Again, Alex, he was presumed guilty, in my opinion, by prosecutors who manipulated our state's speedy trial laws in the hopes that likely he would take a plea, as most defendants do in these cases. However, that did not happen, and unfortunately, there's no way to go back and change that. But reforms have been made. In fact, the speedy trial legislation was just introduced the other day in New York. The mayors tried to reduce the court congestion, thereby lessening the amount of inmates that are in Rikers Island, and bail reform has been suggested, along with solitary confinement, the abolishment of solitary confinement for juveniles at Rikers Island. Khalif was the impetus of that law, Alex.
And again, the name of that law is Khalif's Law, and that was part of my conversation with attorney Paul Prestia.